Hello everyone, this is a 32 back here on a solo Sunday and a solo play. Today we're looking at the game Sherlock Solitaire, which as you can probably tell by the title, is a solo game. However, you can also play with two players collaboratively, as it says. But we're doing solo. This is from a company called Wise Wizard Games, designed by Peter Schultz. Not sure if it says who did the artwork. This came out last year, 2024. Artwork is also Peter Schultz. Okay. In the game, you get cards and you get the rules. I want to show you something cool about the rules. You flip it over, and you get this really cool kind of a poster with Sherlock and Dr. Watson, which is really cool. By the way, if you've never watched the Sherlock series from a few years ago with Benedict Cumberbatch, you really should check it out. It's pretty awesome. We'll focus on solo. Basically, if you're playing two players, it's the same, except you're going to be alternating, taking turns, working together to solve the same mystery. So you get two different cases here of the Valley of Fear and the Final Problem. They recommend doing this one for your first case, so that's where you're going to do it. You also have 3 types of difficulties. We'll just do standard, which is create 3 sets, with each set containing 4 or more investigation cards. Not as easy as you might think. If you want to be harder, you can actually start off with 1 or 2 wounds. And this one's a little bit different. You also get a couple of reference cards, one for each player. I guess I should read what it says here. It says, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson traveled to Burlstone House, an ancient, moated manor, to investigate a murder. The victim had been shot at close range. They found a card beside a corpse with the initials DV and 341 underneath. Muddy boot prints were found behind the curtains. There was a curious design on the man's forearm, a triangle within a circle. It was not a tattoo, but a brand from some time ago. And he even says that this is the intro case. Now, I'm kind of surprised there's only 2 cases, that there isn't more. Or maybe that's something they'll add on later on. I don't know. Expansions. So you also get 2 character cards. If you're doing 2 players, you each choose one. Apparently, you can also have one player as both characters, but they would only use one at a time. Each one has different but similar abilities. This ability means these abilities will trigger, as I'll probably explain a bit more, the game. In a minute, I'll also tell you about those abilities. But you also have this wound card. Start off with no wound, but then you'll get a minor wound, and then you flip it over to severe wound. If you ever get 3 wounds, you lose the game. We'll start off with that there. You get a deck of cards. As to point out, it's just a smooth plastic coated finish. The cards, you have number cards, numbers 1 through 4. These are investigation cards, as indicated by the magnifying glass. And then you got letter cards with letters from A all the way to D, A, B, C, D. And these are threat cards, as indicated by this little dagger, these shadowy figures. We'll start off by shuffling them up. And you're going to draw 4 cards. And we'll put this here in the middle. We're going to have 2 sections that we're going to be playing onto. The right side here is our office. We're going to be basically collecting sets there. And on the left side is the crime scene. Now, if we ever get a pair of numbers in the crime scene, that's where we trigger these abilities. The abilities with the magnifying glass means we have to take a investigation card and either move it from left to right or right to left, from crime scene to office or vice versa. If it's one of these with the little dagger or sword, that means you have to move a threat card from office to crime scene or vice versa. This one on Watson means you get to draw the top card from the draw deck and use it. This one on Sherlock, though, is you get to look at the discard pile and choose one card, and you get to play it. So we'll do Sherlock, because it's Sherlock Solitaire. And we start off with 4 cards. Now, a couple of things about the cards. We've got 2 threes, a 1, and a D. When you're playing cards into the office, you have to use 1 number per column. So in this case, I could use a 3, and then I could do a letter. You cannot do 2 numbers or 2 letters in a row. You have to alternate numbers and letters. Each column has to have the same number, but different letters. So I could play a 3 here, and then a 1, starting 2 columns, or I could play a 3 with the D. I cannot, by the way, put 2 3s, because you can only have 1 column per number at a time. Either way, on my turn, I get 4 cards. 2 of them have to go onto one side. 2 of them have to go onto the other side. Now, if I did put these 2 3s over here, I would get to do an ability, but the ability is not a great one for now. It is moving an investigation card from here to this side. So that would mean if I put this 1 and this D here, and put these 2 3s here, when I did the ability, I'd have to take this 1, move it over here, and I guess we'd have to discard the D. We're not going to do that. I'll put this 3 here, and put this D here, and these 2 will come over here. Now, if you ever get 2 of the same number on this side, so 2 3s, for instance, you get to do the ability. If I get 2 of the same letter, for instance, 2 Ds, then I will take a wound. If you take 3 wounds, you're done. You lose the game. You can also take a wound if you end up in a situation where you have cards in your hand that you can't put on one side or the other for whatever reason. Particularly if I were to get cards, let's just say I was to get cards and I just couldn't play them on here, then I would take a wound. But for now, we won't worry about that. We'll draw 4 new cards. I believe if you ever run out of draw cards, you shuffle the discard and create a new draw pile. And then you get some cards. Now, if you're ever in a situation like this, which is a perfect example, where you draw 4 number cards or 4 letter cards, you can discard those and draw 4 new cards. However, in this case, you don't have to do that. You can, but in this case, I can just play them. So I might as well. I'll put this 3 here. Whoops. And then maybe this 1. And then we'll put these 2s over here. No, I don't want to do that. I'll put this 2 here, and I'll put these over here. So now that I have a pair, I get to do the ability. So I'll discard these. And the ability for the 1s is I get to take an investigation card and move it back that way. So, that's not great. Because I cannot move a 3, I cannot put a 3 on top of a 3 or 2 on top of a 2, which means I'm going to take a wound because I can't do that action. Unfortunately, we now have a minor wound. I do believe that is the case. Let me just double check here. Not very good, but actually this is actually how we start off, minor wound, and this is a minor wound now, apparently. So this is healthy. So now we're taking a wound, so we're like that, just to rectify. There's not a lot of information, but I assume if I can't do that, I take a wound. So we're going to take a wound. So that's what we've done. We now have a wound. If we take 2 more wounds, we lose. So I'm just going to draw 4 cards. And I don't know what happened to these since I can't play them. I guess they just stay here. I don't know. So you get 2 1s and a D. Now, to point out, you have to put the same number in a column, but you cannot put the same letter in a column. So I can't put that one there. So, honestly, I'm going to put these 2 here. This 1 and this D. And I'll put these over here. We don't have any abilities, so that's fine. I'll draw 4 new cards. Okay, 2 and an A. I'm going to put this 1 here, and I'll put this A here. I will discard these over here. And I get 2 abilities. So the 2s force me to take a threat card, like this A, and move it back here. And the 4s, let me go for the discard pile and put that card into my hand, which I can then play into either area. So I only got number cards in here. None of them I can play over here. Well, technically I could take a 4 and play it over here. Start that column. Now the groups that we're trying to do in order to win, or the sets we're trying to create, 3 sets, each has 4 or more investigation cards. So I want to have 4 3s, 4 1s, 4 2s, or 4 4s. 3 of those complete in order to win. Now what you can do is, well, once you complete a set, is you can discard it, and then that would allow you to play with that number again. It's the only way you can use the same number that you already used. Let's just see if we can survive this game. 2 3s. Okay. A and a D. Well, I'm going to put this A here, and it's free. I'm going to put these over here. We do get a pair of 3s, which I'll discard, and that lets me take an investigation card and bring it over here. Let's just do the 4. Because I don't want the 1 necessarily. Well, maybe. And so now we're going to get the 4 and A, and we'll put these over here. We get a pair of 1s, which means we're going to take one of these cards, move it over here. And so we'll put the 4 over here. And now we no longer have a pair of 4s, so it is what it is. Moving along. Hopefully we can see everything. Yeah, everything is in view. It's almost like, you know, a classic Solitaire of alternating suits, basically, with restrictions. So I kind of like that. So now we got 2 Bs and 2 2s. Oh, good. Well, I guess then I'll put a 2 and a B, and then we'll put these over here. Oh. So this one I'm going to discard because it's all letters. I don't want that, because I'm going to die if I do that, because I'll have 2 A's or 2 C's or 2 B's over here, and we will take wounds and we'll die. So I'll just draw 4 new cards instead. That's one of the rules here. If after you draw 4 cards, you hold 4 investigation cards or 4 threat cards, you may discard your hand to draw 4 new cards. After drawing cards, by the way, if you hold 3 cards at the same number or the same letter, so for instance, 3 Bs or 3 2s, you can also discard those and draw 4 new cards. At the end of your turn, if you're not able to play 1 or more cards, you'll discard those and you take a wound. If you need to draw a card but the deck is empty, you shuffle the discard. And any threat cards from the crime scene, so any of these threats will get shuffled back into the drop pile, and you create a new drop pile. If you consider yourself to be an advanced player, you can actually take a wound after reshuffling the drop pile. Anyways, let's see what we got here. I guess I'll put this C here, and let's just put it here, C and a 2. And then I'll put these over here. The reason why I chose to put the D as opposed to the C, because I didn't want to take a hit just yet. And we don't have any pairs, so that's good. We have 1 of every letter, so we're going to take a hit right away probably, unless we get lucky. I'll draw 4 new cards. D and a C, a B and an E. I guess I can put this D here, and I can put this C here. Put these over here. And we get a pair of 4s, which I'll discard. And the ability is I get to take a card from the discard pile. and put it into use. So let's just take a 3. I'll put that there. So now you complete one set. So that's good. Now I need to get another 2 to complete another set. We'll see what happens here. And a bunch of number cards, which is fine. I'm not going to complain about that as long as I can play them. I cannot play the 1. I cannot play the 3. I cannot play the 4. I can't play the 2. I'm actually going to discard these and draw back 4 new cards because I'm not going to be able to play them all. And I get 4 number cards again. But yeah, never mind. I'll stuff up the discard pile, try again. And actually, I'm supposed to take all these threat cards, mix it into the deck as well. Just the ones on this side in the crime scene. I've got 40 cards. Okay. So I'm going to put this V here and this 4. I'm going to put these over here. We get 2 abilities. The 1s. Okay. Well, we'll do the 1s. We'll discard those. And we'll move the 2 over here. And then the 3s force me to bring a card back this way. So maybe I'll do that with the 1. 40 cards. I cannot put this A and B on a 4 because we already have an A and a B. I could put these both here. But I can't put these 4s over there anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the 4s here, put these here. A, B, so those are complete. I can't touch those anymore. And then I get to discard these and draw a card from the discard pile. Let's just draw 1 and put it over here. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Because I don't have any threat cards in here. So I'm going to put this one here. Put this one here. Put these 2 here. And we have to do this ability, which is fine. So I get to discard these, move a card back this way, put this 2 here, and look at this. We got 4 4s, we got 4 or more 2s, and 4 3s. We actually win the game. Woo. We didn't take any more wounds. So actually, that's pretty good. I got pretty lucky there. So that's kind of how you play Sherlock Solitaire. Then you can play 2 players if you want. And that's the game. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.